say close packed structures. So in this first one is 1D arrangement. 1D arrangement. So I already told you, if atoms are arranged like this, okay, the number of atoms touching for this atom, if you take this atom, there are 2 atoms are touching for this. So for this, I can write coordination number can be taken as coordination number is equal to 2. Okay. So next 2D arrangement. So in 2D arrangements, there are 2 types are there. One is square close packing. One is square close packing. So in this square close packing, atoms are arranged like this. So when atoms are arranged like this is just 2-dimensional. It is not 3D, it is a 2D arrangement. So in 2D arrangements, for this atom, if we taken any atom, there are 4 atoms are touching for this. There are 4 atoms are touching for this. So I can write coordination number is equal to 4. So this type of arrangement is square close packing. Okay, this is called as square close packing. Okay, so this is a coordination number 4. So as there are 4 atoms are touching for each atom, we can write coordination number as 4 for this, and it is said to be square close packing, because if you connect all the atoms which are touching to this atom, we'll get one square arrangement. As we are getting one square type of arrangement, it is said to be square close packing. Okay. Next, second one is hexagonal close packing. Hexagonal close packing. This is also called as HCP. Hexagonal close packing also called as HCP. So in this type of arrangement, atoms are arranged different from the top square close packing. We don't arrange the same way. So here in between the 2 atoms we arrange. Between the 2 atoms, the depressions we arrange the atom as it is a highly close packing. Comparing to this type of arrangement, in this arrangement of atoms is effective. In this, gaps are very less. Empty space is very less in this comparing to square close packing. Okay. So in this, as voids are very less, this is effective arrangement comparing to this in 2D type of arrangement. You can see in this type of arrangement, if you take any one atom, we can find one hexagon. There are 6 atoms touching for this atom. If you take this atom, there are 6 atoms are touching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So coordination number, what we write here is 6. Coordination can be written as 6 for this. And you see, between the 3 atoms, you can take any 3 atoms. This is one atom, this is another atom, this is another atom. So between the 3 atoms, we can see some gap. Between the 3 atoms, we can find a gap or void. This void is said to be trigonal void. Trigonal void. What is a void? Void is an empty space. So if between the 3 atoms, if you find the empty space, that is said to be trigonal void. Understood? Understood? So this is a 2-dimensional arrangement. This is a 2D type of arrangement. Now let us come back to the Let us explain about the three-dimensional arrangement. In 3D arrangement, how atoms are there, how we can arrange the arrangement of the atoms in three-dimensional. Okay, are you able to follow? Are you able to understand? Okay. Now, let us see about the 3D arrangement. 3D arrangement. 3D arrangement. 3D arrangement are actually real structures. These are real structures actually 3D arrangement. Whatever the atoms we can see, whatever the crystal structure you see, they arranged in three-dimensional arrangement. Okay. Now, so here we are arranging the 3D from two types of arrangements. In 2D, we have two types: square close packing, hexagon close packing. Now, what we are going to do is we are taking square close packing, and square close packing has one layer. Above that, we are using another layer, and we are making 3D. Okay. So first one I'm writing here: 3D arrangement, 3D close packing from 2D square close packing. Close packing. Okay, so we are doing here 3D close packing from 2D close packing arrangements. In this, what we do is I'll take this is arrangement of square close packing. Okay, this is square close packing. This is one layer. Above this layer, I'm inserting one more layer. I'm inserting one more layer. That is second layer. The same like this, we are using one more layer. If I arrange the same type of layer, I arranged here two layers. So I can't show it correctly on the board because it's 3D arrangement. There are two layers are there. In one layer, all atoms are arranged in square close packing. Above that, we are placing one more layer. So here, two layers are aligned perfectly. Aligned perfectly. If two layers are aligned perfectly, this type of arrangement, we call as cubic arrangement. Cubic arrangement. Cubic arrangement also called as primitive. Primitive, another name is simple cube. Simple cube. Okay, so this type of arrangement is simple cube or primitive. Now we observe a small point here. We can see one small gap in this gap. This gap found between how many atoms? Can you tell me this gap between how many atoms? Not 4, 8. You are seeing the 4 spheres. 4 spheres are in one layer. Above that 4 spheres, we are using one more layer. Here, these are 4 atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 atoms are there. Okay. Above the surface of this, above this 1, 2, 3, 4 atoms are there. Above that, we are placing one more layer. The same type of layer. So if I place one more 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 atoms are there. Between 8 atoms, we can find the gap. That gap between the 8 atoms is said to be called as cubic void. Cubic void. So cubic void means between 8 spheres. Between 8 spheres. Whereas trigonal void between how many spheres? Between 3 spheres. If the gap present between 3 spheres, that is said to be trigonal void. If gap between 8 spheres, that is said to be cubic void. Is it clear? This is not 4, this is 8. I can't show it correctly on the board. So you have to imagine that there are 2 layers are there in this. One layer, above the one layer, another layer we have placed, but 2 layers are aligned perfectly so that we can't show it correctly on the board. Okay. Next, second type of arrangement we are writing here. Second type of arrangement, that is 3D close packing. 3D close packing from 2D HCP. Okay, here what I written, 3D close packing from 2D square close packing. Yes or no? 3D close packing from 2D square plus close packing I had taken here. So what am I taking here? I'm taking 2D HCP. Just now I told you about HCP arrangement. So that type of arrangement I'm taking. So this is HCP arrangement, right? So this is one layer. Now I am placing another layer above on this, which is different from first layer. Understand carefully. Here what I did, one layer above the first, we have one layer. Above that I place another layer. The two layers are exactly aligned perfectly. That is said to be cubic arrangement. That is said to be primitive or simple cube. Here what I am telling, this I am taking hexagonal close packing. This is one layer. Above this hexagonal close packing, I am placing another layer which is different from first layer. Second layer must be different from first layer. So if I place like that, how I will get? So this is one type of arrangement. Between them, I'll write one layer. So another layer I'll write like this. Okay. So if I write like this, we can find a gap in this gap. This gap present between this gap. This gap present between how many spheres? Can you tell me? This gap present between how many spheres? You can see this one atom. This is second atom. This is third atom. This is fourth atom. Yes, exactly, 4. So here I'm writing like this: 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and here I'm placing one more layer. That is. So this gap I'm telling, this gap is said to be tetrahedral void. Tetrahedral void. So this tetrahedral void between 4 spheres. Tetrahedral void between 4 spheres. So like this, if I write one more layer here, you can see one gap here. This gap. So this gap, if you observe this gap, how do you see? You see, this is 3 atoms. This is another atom. The back side you have to see. This is 1, 2, 3. I written 1, 2, 3. Back side of this we have 3 atoms. How the 3 atoms are there? Exactly like this. So this gap present between how many spheres? Like this, just like this. This gap. This gap, you can see this is one layer, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 atoms. Between 6 atoms, you can see a gap. That gap I'm writing here as octahedral void. Write this as octahedral void. Okay, so this type of arrangement is octahedral void, just like this. This is between 6 spheres. Okay, so I written 2 points here. One is tetrahedral voids between 4 spheres. Another is octahedral void between 6 spheres. Octa means don't think it is 8. Don't think it is 8. It is between 6 spheres. Okay. So whenever if you observe the 3D close packing from 2D arrangements from HCP layer, we'll get 2 types of arrangements. From the second layer, we'll get 2 types of voids. One is tetrahedral void, another one is octahedral voids. Second square close packing, how cubic void. You see, this is one atom. This is actually one layer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 atoms are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Above this, I am placing another layer. Another layer of same type. 3, 4, 5. Here, if you see, I'll write this cubicoid means 1, 2, 3, 4. It is one layer. 4 balls are, just imagine that there are 4 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 balls are there. Above the 4 balls, I'm placing the same 4 balls of same type. Same type if I place 1, 2, 3, 4. First layer 4, second layer 4. First layer 4 are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Above that second layer, 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. So now this gap between how many cubicoid? This gap, can you tell me between how many spheres? 8 spheres only, no? This is between 8 spheres. Okay, fine. So this is about the 3D arrangements from the 2D hexagon close packing. So in this again, from 3D close packing of second layer, this is a just second layer. That is just second layer. Okay. Now we are placing the third layer. Third layer on HCP. HCP second layer. Okay. So this is second layer I placed here like this. If we keep on write like this, 2 layers we can write. Above the second layer, I'm placing third layer. I'm placing third layer. So in this again 2 types right here, covering tetrahedral voids. Covering tetrahedral voids. If we cover the tetrahedral voids, for example, this is first layer. First layer. This is called as first layer. So what I'm placing now, I kept second layer which is different from first layer. Yes or no? First layer, second layer, both are different here. I'm playing the same type of arrangement. Second layer. Okay. First layer is A, second layer is B. And then A type, one type of arrangement. B is a different from A. So I'm getting this type of arrangement. Now I'm placing third layer. How I'm bringing the third layer? Third layer which I'm keeping on this should be similar to that of the first layer. Third layer should be similar to that of the first layer. So it should be here A. Understood? So this is I'm writing here AB, AB and so on. AB type of arrangement. So if I write AB, AB type of arrangements, I'll get HCP pattern. HCP pattern. Okay. So in this, coordination number is 12. Coordination number is 12. And example for this particularly, which is given in NCERT textbook, that is magnesium, zinc. Magnesium, zinc. Now, third layer I'm placing, that is covering octahedral voids. Covering octahedral voids. So how I am covering? There is first layer. First layer is A, same like this. Same like first layer. Second layer is B. Up to here same. Up to here we discussing 3D arrangement. First layer A, second layer which is different from first layer. Up to this same, both are same. But here what happens is, here third layer is same that of first layer. But here third layer must be different from first 2 layers. First 2 layers in the different. So I write it here, third layer which is C. Understood? So this is said to be ABC type of arrangement. ABC type of arrangement. So when you write this type of arrangement, we'll get cubic close packing structure or FCC pattern. CCP or FCC pattern. In this same coordination number also 12. Here coordination number 12. Here also coordination number 12. Example here I can write as copper and silver. Copper and silver. Both HCP, CCP, FCC. Everything is same. Only difference is what? Type of arrangement. HCP is which type of arrangement? AB type of arrangement. CCP which type of arrangement? ABC type of arrangement. In this coordination number 12. In this coordination number 12. Understood? So HCP, CCP, FCC, there is no much difference between these two. That is HCP pattern, CCP, FCC pattern. Only differ by type of arrangement. That's it. Remaining coordination number is same. Okay. Understood these two? Okay. Now, I'll write a simple formula here. That is, if whenever you want to find out the tetrahedral voids, octahedral voids, by using this formula, we can able to find out easily. Let the number of spheres, the number of atoms. The formula is number of atoms only. The number of atoms in close packing arrangements. Is n. Okay. If number of atoms are n, so what we write? Number of tetrahedral voids also n. Number of tetrahedral voids also n. Number of octahedral voids. Sorry, tetrahedral voids are 2n. Sorry. Octahedral voids is equal to n. Is it clear? If number of atoms, so rated here, unit cell, number of atoms, tetrahedral voids, did you complete this? Did you complete that writing? This is 2n octahedral voids. You see this. First one is simple cube. This is also called as primitive. Primitive number of atoms are 1. Mean that nothing but effective number of atoms. I'm writing here effective number of atoms. Second one is BCC. Number of atoms are 2. Third, FCC. Number of atoms are 4. You write these two. You write tetrahedral voids and octahedral voids. Here I written the formula. Number of atoms in close packed structure is equal to n. Tetrahedral voids are double, octahedral voids are same as that of number of atoms. So this is, let us take as n. This is n. Now tetrahedral voids are what here? 2 for simple cube. For BCC, 4. For FCC, 8 tetrahedral voids are there. For octahedral voids, number of atoms simple cube 1. The number of atoms is equal to octahedral voids. Number of atoms in BCC 2, octahedral voids 2. Number of atoms in FCC 4, octahedral voids are 4. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? All of you? Okay. Next one is now let us discuss a little bit extra information about this voids. I write it here. Interstitial voids and radius ratio rule. Radius ratio rule. So what is actual radius ratio rule? Radius ratio rule means if you take one ionic crystal, for example, sodium chloride, if you take, in that it has one cation, one anion. What is the cation in NaCl? Na plus. Anion, Cl minus. So Na plus Cl minus, it form one close packed structure. Okay. The radius of cation to radius of anion is known as radius ratio rule. Radius of cation means smaller atom by bigger atom. Radius of smaller atom divided by radius of bigger atom is known as radius ratio rule. So always remember, in ionic crystals, cation always smaller, anion always bigger. Being a cation smaller, it occupies in the voids. Being a bigger, anions forms close packed structures. Okay. So here, radius ratio is nothing but radius of smaller atom, that is cation, by radius of bigger atom, that is anion. Okay. So how these are arranged? Out of cation and anion, cation always occupy in the voids. Where the cations are occupied? In the void. Void means empty space. Whereas anion forms close packed structures. Means anion may be present in edge center, body center, face center, in the corners. It may be anywhere. Okay. Now here, radius of cation, what I can write? R plus by R minus. Radius of cation is what? R plus. Radius of anion, R minus. So this we can also write like this. Small r by capital R. Small r by capital R. What is small r? I can write here. R plus is radius of cation. Or we can also write small r. These two are same. R minus R capital R, that is radius of anion. Okay, you can take R plus or small r, which is radius of cation. You can take r minus or capital R, which is said to be radius of anion. Okay, so there are different types of voids are there. I'll write them here. So first one is what? Trigonal void. Trigonal void. Now you tell me, trigonal void formed between how many spheres? Trigonal void between how many spheres? 3 spheres. So this is a trigonal void. It's a little small there. Okay, so this gap is trigonal void. So what is the coordination number for this? Coordination number of trigonal void. This void surrounded by 3 atoms. 1, 2, 3. So I write it here, coordination number 3. And radius ratio value. So this is between 3 spheres. Trigonal void may be between 3 spheres. So here radius ratio value is equal to 0.155 to 0.225. Okay, this is calculated value. This is calculated, not 6. Not 6. Why it is 6? It is 3 only. 1, 2, 3. 3 atoms only. Okay. So this value is radius ratio value. Radius ratio value of trigonal void is what? 0.155 to 0.225. Shall I rub this? Did you write this? So next I write it here. Second one is tetrahedral void. Tetrahedral void. So tetrahedral void between how many spheres? Between 4 spheres. This is tetrahedral void. This is between 4 spheres. Between 4 spheres. Okay. So what is the coordination number? 4. For this coordination number 3. For this coordination number 4. Radius ratio value r plus by r minus is equal to 0.225 to 0.414. Is it clear? Zero 0.225 to 0.414. Next, third one is octahedral void. Octahedral void. So I already told you octahedral void between 6 spheres. Okay. This is octahedral void. Between 6 spheres. Just like this. Okay. So what is the coordination number for this? 6. Coordination number is what? 6. R plus by R minus is equal to 0.414 to 0.732. 0.732. So last one is cubic wide. Cubic wide. Cubic wide between 8 spheres. This is cubic wide between 8 spheres. Okay. Yes. Now coordination number here 8. So radius ratio value is 0.732 to 1. Understood? Trigonal wide between 3 spheres, coordination number 3, radius ratio 0.155 to 0.225. And tetrahedral wide between 4 spheres, it forms tetrahedron, not tetragon, tetrahedron. So radius ratio is 0.225 to 0.414. This between 4 spheres. Next, octahedral wide between 6 spheres. Coordination number 6, radius ratio 0.414 to 0.732. Cubic wide between 8 spheres. So coordination number 8, radius ratio 0.73 to 1.0. Now I have one question for you. If radius ratio is exactly 0.155, which type of wide it is? Yes, whichever wide is this? Trigonal wide. If this number you will get, this belongs to trigonal wide. If you get 0.414, this is octahedral wide. If you get 0.225, this is tetrahedral wide. If you get 0.732, it is cubic wide. Understood? Did you complete? All of you. Did you write all this? Okay. Share up this. All of you are writing. Okay. So I'll write one table form which explains about the complete voids, radius ratio, coordination number, geometry and all. Okay. So listen. So I write it on table here. All of you note down. Void radius ratio value, coordination number, geometry. Last column is geometry. Okay. First one is trigonal wide. So trigonal wide radius ratio 0.155 to 0.225. 0.155 to 0.225. Coordination number 3, geometry, triangular shape. triangular. Next, tetrahedral. So 0.2252 to 0.414. This is coordination number 4. Geometry tetrahedral. So third one is octahedral, 0.414 to 0.732. Coordination number 6, octahedral geometry. Next, cubicoid, 0.732 1. Coordination number 8. This is cubic structure. And last one is close packed structures. Close packed voids, closed system, closed sphere packing, like this. Closed sphere. Enough. Up to this is enough. So from this table, you'll get the questions in NEET. Very, very important. This table, you remember, they will give you this radius ratio value. They will ask you to the geometry of the particular molecule. Okay, based on radius ratio and based on coordination number, you can find out the geometry. Okay, very, very important. You always have to remember this complete table. Okay. Recently in 2017 also one question has come from this table, 2017 NEET exam. Is it over? Next, let us talk about the coordination number. All of you written this, right? Fast. Next, coordination number. So how to find out the coordination number? Okay. Actually, you just remember this number. So I'll tell you how, but how it numbers has come. Okay, you see. First one is simple cube, also said to be primitive. So in this, if I take the I think all of you know what is coordination number. Coordination number means the number of nearest neighbors for a particular atom is coordination number, or number of atoms are touching to one particular atom surrounding. So the number of atoms which are touching for a particular atom surrounding, that is said to be coordination number. Okay. So here, if you see, let us take this atom. How many atoms are touching for this? The number of atoms touching for this is, so here we have an atom. This atom will touch this atom, not this one. This won't touch. So 1, 2, 3. So if we have an atom here, here also we have an atom. right? 4. And if we have an atom here, here also we can find one atom, that is 5. Here we can find one more atom, that is said to be 6. Understood? Then what is the coordination number of simple cube now? What is the coordination number for this? Coordination number for simple cube is equal to 6. So you can see there are 6 atoms are touching this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it is one atom here, oppositely one more atom will be there. If we have an atom, opposite to this we have one more atom. If it is one atom here, opposite one atom will be there. Okay, there overall total 6 atoms are there. Next, second one, BCC. How many atoms are touching for BCC? BCC atoms are present in the center of the cube and in the corners. But in simple cube, we have only atoms in the corners. Other places we don't find any atoms. But here we have. Suppose let us take this atom. This atom touches how many atoms? This is one atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 atoms. 8 atoms which are present in the corners will be touching for this atom. Okay. So you can write coordination number is what here? For BCC, 8. Video is not coming. Are you not getting video? Okay, okay. Now, let us take third one, FCC. FCC, HCP, CCP. 3 are same. As I already told you, HCP, FCC, CCP, 3 are same. Then what is the coordination number of this? Let us take this. So this is a one cube where we can find out the atoms in the face center and corners also. Okay. So I'll take one more. You can see, I'll take this atom. This atom. How many atoms are touching for this? 4 corners, 4 atoms are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 atoms will touch here. And this face center atom will touch. This face center atom will touch. This face center atom also will keep on touching. This face center. Total how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. This is 8. 8 are there. So again, if I take one more plane, one more layer above this, so how I'll get this? You say this. So this atom again touching not only this. Here we have one face center atom. This we have face center atom. Here we have face center, front, back one face center atom. This atom will again touch this. This will touch. It will touch this atom also. It will touch this atom also. This atom also. Okay. So touching atoms, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And corner atoms also. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. How many atoms are touching for this? 12. So coordination number for FCC or CCP or HCP is equal to 12. Is it clear? So touching atom making circle. This atom will touch 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 atoms will be touched by this. Okay, FCC once again I'll explain. You see. So this is, I'll draw here. This is, I'll take one phase center. This atom I'll take. So between, if you take the 4 atoms, between 4 atoms we have one phase center. So this will touch this. Yes or no? If I take the atom here, this phase center, which atom it is? Atom present in the phase center. Atom present in the phase center. Atom present in the phase center will touch 4 corners. I repeat once again. Atom present in the phase center will touch 4 corners. So this is a corner, this is a corner, this is a corner, and this is a corner. These 4 corners touched by this. 4 corners will be touched by this. And not only corners, it will touch opposite faces also. Opposite means adjacent faces, not opposite faces, adjacent faces. For this face, which are adjacent faces? This is adjacent face. This is adjacent face. Here, front face is adjacent. Back face is adjacent. Yes or no? These two are adjacent faces. This is front face. Mean for this structure we have one center. For this we have one center. Okay. And total here 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. 4 adjacent faces. These are 4 adjacent faces. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 corners. There you will get 8. Now above this, these are also same like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Face center are there 4. Similarly, face center 4. Above this. Okay. Above this, if we take one more unit cell, they will find out the adjacent face centers for this atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Total 12. Is it clear? Okay. Now listen. One more point to remember. You always remember in simple cube. In simple cube, atoms present in the corners, these two touch each other. Atoms present in the corners always touch each other. These two will touch. These two will touch. These two will touch. Atom present in the corners always touch each other in simple cube. But in BCC, atoms present in the corners will not touch. Atoms present in the corners will not touch each other in BCC. FCC also. Atoms present in the corners will not be touched by each other. Only in simple cube, atoms present in the 2 corners are touch each other. In BCC, FCC, atoms present in the corner will never touch each other. Because in the body center we have an atom. This separate the atoms. In face center we have atom. This face center will separate, will make away from the atoms remaining corners and faces. Okay. Is that okay? Now, we'll solve some problems. Write problems. These problems based on formula finding. Formula finding. We had to find out the formula based on this. Now write the problems. A compound is formed by 2 elements X and Y. Atoms of the element Y atoms of the element Y as anions make CCP, and those of element X as cations occupy all the octahedral voids. What is the formula? Yes. So this is actually NCERT problem. There is no much difficulty in this. I'll just explain one problem. You just remember how to find out the formula. Thereafter you can do. You see, first write down X and Y. Okay, all of you listen carefully. X and Y. So compound formed by two elements, X and Y. Atoms of Y make CCP. Atoms of Y, if make CCP, how many atoms in CCP? In FCC or CCP or HCP, number of atoms are 4. Right? Number of atoms, I write it here, it forms CCP. Atoms are 4. Next, those of element X occupy all octahedral voids. X occupy all octahedral voids. If for CCP, number of atoms are 4. If CCP, number of atoms are 4. For 4 atoms, how many octahedral voids will be there? For 4 atoms, how many octahedral voids are there? Just now I told the formula. If number of atoms are n, sorry, I had taken reverse. Okay, right. So X, Y. So Y they are telling as CCP, X they are telling all octahedral voids. Sorry. Now, if CCP means 4 atoms are there, for 4 atoms, there should be 4 octahedral voids, because if number of atoms are n, octahedral voids is equal to n, tetrahedral voids is equal to 2n. Right? So 2, 4, 4 will get. If you cancel this, 1, 1. So formula is X, Y. This is the formula. Is that clear? Next, another problem. Atoms of B, element B, form CCP. So HCP, same, of course, same are there, but I'll write HCP in the given problem. It is given like this only. And those of element A occupy 2/3 of tetrahedral voids. What is the formula? Find out the formula now. Yes, A4B3. You see. You see. So I'll write here two atoms A, B. They are telling that atoms of element B forms HCP. This forms HCP, right? And those of element A occupies 2/3 of tetrahedral. So 2/3 of tetrahedral voids, right? So here C is HCP. How many atoms are there? 4. For HCP, CCP, FCC, number of atoms are 4. So how many tetrahedral voids are there? If 4 atoms are there, tetrahedral voids are double, 8. So in this 2/3, we have to see. HCP 4 atoms are written. For 4 atoms I have taken 8 tetrahedral voids. In 8 I have taken 2/3. So if we simplify this, so 4/3 is to 1. So 4 is to 3. So formula is what? A4B3. Is that clear? Are able to understand? So right next one. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Right, understand this because these are important. Next item. Another problem. In a structure, A atoms have FCC lattice. B atoms occupy all tetrahedral voids. And C atoms occupy half of the octahedral sites. Half of the octahedral voids. Then what is formula? A2 B4 C. Very good, correct. So here you can see there are 3 types of atoms are there: A, B, C. A atoms have FCC. So A atoms have FCC and B atoms occupy all tetrahedral voids. So all tetrahedral voids, and C atoms occupy half of octahedral voids. Half of octahedral voids. So writing this is very, very important. If you write like this, you can find out the formula easily. So FCC, number of atoms are 4. The number of tetrahedral voids for 4 atoms is 8. So number of octahedral voids for 4 atoms, 4. right? If number of atoms are 4, tetrahedral voids are double and octahedral voids are 4. Simplify this. So what will get the answer? So 1:2:1. What timing? What timings? A, B to C. Is that clear? Oh, sorry. So I cancelled with 1/2 I'll get, no? Sorry. So 4, all tetrahedral voids are 8, 1/2 into 4. Okay, cancel with 2. So 2:4:1. So formula A2B4C. Timing I'll complete by 4:20. Okay, in 10 minutes I'll complete. Is that okay? A, B to C, why not? A, B to C calculation will be wrong. We just calculate it, that's it. Simplification. You see, so we got 4:8:1/2 into 4. So this is the number. Yes, simplify this, that's it. Simplify this, what will get? So if you cancel with 4 also, 4 1 ja, 4 2 ja, 4 1. So what will get? 1:2:1/2. So fraction we should not take. Again multiply the total with 2. If you multiply the 2, what happens? 2:4:1. Yes or no? Simple simplification only. There is no much difficulty in this. Okay. Understood? Next, write a problem. A compound forms HCP structure. What is the total number of voids? Total number of voids in 0.5 mole of it. And how many of these are tetrahedral voids? This is also NCERT problem. So find out this. You see, so a compound form HCP, what is the total number of voids in 0.5 mole? They are mentioning 0.5 mole, and further they are asking how many of these are tetrahedral. So first let us find out the number of particles. So generally, number of particles formula is equal to number of moles into Avogadro number. This is the formula. Number of particles is equal to number of moles into Avogadro number. So here, number of particles. So number of moles into Avogadro number. Number of moles 0.5. Avogadro number 0.622 into 10 power 23 is equal to 3.011 to 10 power 23 particles. Yes. No, not 24. You don't get 24. Okay. You see. So how many number of particles are there? 3 into 10 power 23 particles are there. So total number of first number of octahedroids, you tell me. Number of octahedral voids. So number of octahedral voids is equal to number of particles. Yes or no? Number of octahedral voids is equal to number of particles. So is equal to 3.011 into 10 power 23. So this is the octahedral voids. Number of tetrahedral voids. Number of tetrahedral voids. Number of tetrahedral voids are double. Then number of atoms are. So I'll write 2 into 3.011 into 10 to the power of 23. Right? So what you'll get here? 6.022 into 10 power 23 octahedral voids. So this is octahedral voids. These are tetrahedral voids. Is that clear? So therefore, total number of voids is equal to, if you add these two, add this, what will get? 9.033 into 10 power 23. So they're asking number of particles, number of total voids, number of tetrahedral voids. So this is the answer. This is one answer, this is another answer. So this is total number of voids, this is number of tetrahedral voids. Understood? Last one problem, I'll tell you and I'll end up the class. Fifth problem. A body centered cube is made up of two atoms, A and B. Atoms of A occupy two corners of the cube. Remaining positions of unit cell, remaining positions of cube positions of unit cell are occupied by B, atoms of B. What is the formula? A2 B7, huh? You check it once. You see, A, B. So atoms of A occupy 2 corners, only 2 corners. So 2 into each corner shared between how many unit cells? 1/8. Okay, corner sharing is 1/8. Next, remaining positions of the unit cell are occupied by B. Remaining positions means what? Out of 8 corners, 6 will be there. 6 into 1/8. This is which type of unit cell? Body centered cube. Body centered cube also having one atom in the center of the body. Okay, this atom is center of the body. So what I can write now? So 1/4. This becomes 6/8. 6/8 plus 1. So what happens here? 8 plus 6, 14/8. 14/8, 1/4. Simplify this. 2 7 ja 2, 4. So 4 gets cancelled. Remaining 1 is 7. So formula is AB7. Okay, right. Is that clear? So they're mentioning body centered cube. That's why I'm writing +1. Body centered cube having atoms in the corners as well in the center of the body. So 6 into 1/8. Actually 8 should be there, but 2 atoms, they told that 2 atoms are occupied by the A. So 2 into 1/8. Also out of 8 corners, 2 atoms are occupied by A. Remaining 6 atoms are occupied by B. 6 into 1/8 into 1. So if we simplify this, we'll get 1:7 AB7. Understood? So enough for today. So next class, I'll continue. Tomorrow, you want me in YouTube live class or Zoom class? Okay. I'll do live class only tomorrow. Okay. Okay, ma. Thank you. Okay, okay. Okay, fine. I'll do in YouTube only. Thank you. Thank you to all. So shall I end the class? Okay.